Hi, this is Amy Olinger again. So today I'm going to talk about some of my failures and mistakes and how they've affected me. And so I truly believe that there is a cure for every single thing in this world, even when we're told that that's not true. But it's just like trying to find the right puzzle pieces to put together. And I'm not sure how necessarily, but I've just been listening to intuition, and I get a lot of I'll get kind of an intuitive feeling and I'll look into it, and then if it makes sense I'll try it, and then if that makes sense and it seems to be working, I'll just keep going with it as long as I can. And if something doesn't make sense, I just kind of let it go. Anyway, so some failures that I've made, probably my most difficult challenges during this 2.5 years of the hardest time of my life are I've smoked a lot of cigarettes, but I'm not an everyday smoker. But when I just feel like nothing's working and I just want to be rebellious, I'm a Sagittarius, and Sagittarius can be kind of rebellious. And so I've smoked a lot of cigarettes, and then I'll just stop, and then I'll do it again, and then I'll stop, and then I'll do it again. It makes it really hard if I'm hanging out with somebody who's smoking, because I want to smoke too. And so it's really just kind of funny. It's not funny at all. Like, who am I rebelling against? I'm rebelling against myself. And so what's the point of that? I have no idea. And then over the years, I learned to cope with alcohol. So I just drank. I really didn't, I was never a full-blown raging alcoholic, but I learned to cope with it. So I would drink throughout the day, every day. And I've had many times where I've woken up and needed a drink again just to feel better. Anyways, I haven't drinking now for like 35 days. I don't know. I think that alcohol is a motivation killer and an ambition killer. And I believe God has been nudging me to just kind of let it go. And it's been really difficult because I've never gone crazy with it, but it's become a problem for me. So it's become it's something that's definitely not serving me and the future I want to create. And so it really doesn't make any sense to keep going with it. So I've just realized that I heard a Stoic principle a while back that says the obstacle is the way. And I was thinking one day, I'm like, well, what is my obstacle? And I'm like, oh my gosh, what if alcohol is my obstacle? So even though I've not been crazy with it and never ruined any relationships or anything with it in my life, but it's definitely not served me well. It's not helped me in any way. But what if it's just knowing that it is holding me back from my best self? And what if I just let it go? And what if the life of my dreams is on the other side of of that thing of just coping with alcohol, or even just doing it at all? Because I really don't need it. I don't need alcohol. I don't need pot. I've never tried any other drugs, and I really don't need anything. I'm pretty much high on life every single day. So there's been some struggles back and forth. But I truly believe that the universe, God, speaks to me through intuition. And I truly believe that whatever I desire to figure out in life, I will get the answers to. And I believe that belief has so much to do with how things go and how your path is led. And so, yeah, I believe there's a cure for every disease in this world. And I believe some are much harder than others. And so all I can do is go with what I'm dealing with right now, which is MS. And I do believe I will heal myself completely of MS at some point. And so, yeah, smoking and drinking is kind of my normal thing. But really, smoking and drinking hasn't affected my MS. So it's the only things that, either way, I'm not going to keep doing them. I'm not drinking at all right now, but I've still been smoking a little bit. But I've found that the worst things for me seem to be, with regards to triggering my MS, are eating too much wheat or too much sugar. Pretty much whenever I do that, my face starts to get numb, and I realize that, okay, I've got to cut back on that because it doesn't feel good, and I know that's triggering something in me that's not healthy. So anyways, it's just been interesting. I've just been playing around with myself and trying to figure out the right way. I read the Bible 2.5 times, and in Ecclesiastes, I'm going to fix myself here. So in Ecclesiastes, I didn't know who wrote it at first, but it was really interesting that I looked and saw who wrote it, and it was Solomon. And so it said, Solomon says, I have all the money in the world. I could have anything I want. Anything that money can buy, I can have. But he says, I've realized some things. I'm still going to just die like a poor person. Like, there's no difference. He said, so what I've learned in life is basically, it's been a while since I read it, but basically he says, just love your life, love what you do for work, and just be like, learn to just love where you're at. So choose things that you love on a daily basis, because that's really the most important thing. And he says, don't be too bad because you might die young, but don't be too good because you might die young. So just kind of be right in the middle. So I've been just learning how to have a balance in my life. And somebody once told me it's not about balance, it's about harmony, like everything kind of flowing together. So I'm just working on that with everything. And so even though smoking is horrible, I don't smoke all that much, and I'm not planning to forever. And the alcohol, just, I'm pretty much figuring out how to just forget about it forever. But life is just such a journey. And, but one thing I've learned in this 2.5 years is just, I'm really happy with where I'm at. And so I believe it's really important to be happy with where you're at, because I learned that the journey is the destination. There's nowhere else to go except right here, right now. So we're all just figuring things out right here, right now. And I don't know, I'm really happy with where I'm at, but it's like a lifelong process of learning, and the journey is the whole point. So anyways, have a great day. Thank you. Bye.